My name is Nethu Thathsara. My school is Ningamba South International School, Piliandal Branch, Junior Age Category, Registration Code ASW-EAJ003. News presenting. Good morning and welcome. You're now watching live at 55. I'm Nethu Thathsara on your top stories. First news headlines. Cabinet of Ministers has green-lighted the proposal to form diplomatic relations with East Timor. Unvaccinated people above 30 years of age have been prohibited from entering the Bandaravilla and Mana towns. News in detail. The Cabinet of Ministers has green-lighted the proposal tabled by the Minister of Foreign Affairs to form diplomatic relations with East Timor. The government of Timor-Leste, East Timor has expressed its desire to establish diplomatic relations with Sri Lanka. A number of Asian countries, including India, China, Japan, and South Korea, have already established diplomatic relations with the Southeast Asian nation. Establishing diplomatic relations with East Timor will be important for Sri Lanka economically and politically. Unvaccinated people above 30 years of age have been prohibited from entering the Bandaravilla and Mana towns, health officials said. The decision has been taken by the respective district coordinating committees on prevention of COVID-19. Individuals who attempted to enter the two cities without vaccination card were sent back by the police and security forces. Red box will be in operation at entry points to the relevant towns in order to prevent unvaccinated people from entering. With that, we wrap up the news bulletin here. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Documentary. Earth's biodiversity. Biodiversity is a term that represents the total variety of all life on Earth. That's a big thing to sum up. Thousands of different world habitats, millions of different species, and billions of different individuals, and the trillions of characteristics they all have. The total biodiversity of our planet is immense, which is a good thing because the more biodiversity, the more secure all life on Earth is, including ourselves. Only when life is at its most varied, vigorous, biodiverse, can we hope to thrive. We may not know it, but we need towering forests across 1/3 of the land's surface to block away carbon and keep the climate stable. We need millions of pollinators and billions of soil organisms and megatons of plankton to keep the food we eat in supply. We need strange plants deep in jungles to create our medicines, and coral reefs and mangrove swamps to protect the coasts we depend upon. Our planet's biodiversity provides all the things we need for free, but it will only do so if there's lots of it. And at the moment, it's under attack. In the last 50 years, our activities have dramatically reduced biodiversity across the globe. We've snuffed out habitats, reduced populations of wild animals by 60%, and even driven whole species extinct. The number of lions in Africa has dropped by 65%. The number of individual flying insects in Europe has dropped by 75%. The number of bluefin tuna in the Pacific has dropped by 95%. Biodiversity is dropping everywhere and fast. This is catastrophic for nature and therefore ourselves. We talk about climate change a lot, but biodiversity loss is an important issue. How do we stop this loss of life? How do we ensure the biodiversity, our planet's vital statistics, begins to increase again? In fact, we already know exactly what we have to do. It's all a matter of putting into action. Live presentation. The Indian Meteorological Department said that Cyclone Yas, located in the northeastern Bay of Bengal, will make landfall in northern Odisha and along the coast of West Bengal, as well as the islands of Paradip and Saga. About 3 million people in the states of Odisha were evacuated from their homes before the cyclone. The Meteorological Department warns that Cyclone Yas, which is moving at a speed of 180 to 240 kilometers per hour, is likely to enter the country in the next few days from the coastal areas of Mullaitivu and Trincomalee in Sri Lanka. We would now like to connect the Director General of the Meteorological Department, Mr. A.K. Karunanayake, for more information. Good morning, Mr. Karunanayake. Could you please tell us the current situation of this cyclone Yas in the Bay of Bengal at the moment? Okay, then it has been predicted that there is a risk of this cyclone entering to our country. Is there really such a situation? So, if it enters the country, what areas can get affected by this cyclone? Okay, as you said, it can be a huge natural disaster. So, Mr. Karunanayake, could you please tell us what are the steps that have been taken to protect the people in those areas? Okay, so as Sri Lankans, we need to be alert on this cyclone. Anyway, thank you so much for joining with us today to inform about the cyclone. The Meteorological Department informed that Cyclone Yas, which is moving at a high speed, is expected to enter the country from the Mullaitivu and Trincomalee coast during the next few days, which could severely affect Mullaitivu, Trincomalee, Anuradhapura, Vaunia, and Mena districts. Again, thank you for your valuable time consideration for us, Mr. Karunanayake.